Hi everybody, this is the second NUSCAST podcast, and this time around we're going to be talking about summer 2019 anime. I'm Gideon, and today I have with me Greg,
Hi.
Lucas,
Konnichiwa.
as well as Wen Han,
Hi.
and we'll be talking about what we think about the summer 2019. So why don't we start off with some introductions? So
I guess I'll start off first since I
go.
was here the last time, so I don't need to talk that much about myself. I'm Greg. The kinds of shows that I watch typically are more slice of life or action type of shows, and I'm very interested in character-driven stories, stuff like that. Yeah. So, but we are more interested in our new guest today or host.
Yeah. So why don't we go with Lucas? Why don't you start first?
Hello. The anime I like to watch usually is shonen. Yeah, stuff like Hunter x Hunter, Fullmetal Alchemist. Yeah, those type, the actiony kind of anime.
Yeah.
And I love it if it's a little bit dark.
Oh, nice. Nice.
Yeah, I like that black soy sauce.
Yeah, Shoyu.
Shoyu, shonen, same thing.
Shoyu.
Okay.
Shoyu jump.
Okay. Shoyu jump.
Okay,
It's
so
like thing. Sounds like
what about Wen Han?
Yeah.
I generally like to watch sports related anime.
Sports related. Okay.
Yes.
Do you have a favorite sports anime?
Slam Dunk.
And
I think that is quite classic.
Yeah, it is. It's like OG sports anime.
Yes.
Like OG with Hajime no Ippo.
Oh wow.
Anything else to add?
Actually, I watch all kinds of sports, even those that I didn't play, like volleyball.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
That's Haikyuu. That's Haikyuu for sure.
Is demon slaying a sport?
Well, considering the fact that there were balls in
I guess so.
Kimetsu no Yaiba.
Oh yeah,
What's
bye.
that? The Temari, right? The Temari.
What about
Yes.
Keijo? I love Keijo.
Keijo.
Oh.
Oh shit.
Oh no.
Yes.
Hilarious.
Beautiful. That's the kind of sport that I'm looking for. Okay, guys, let's start discussing the summer season. So, what are your general impressions about like summer 2019?
Would Lucas like to start first?
Sure, I'll start. I think this season has quite a few good series. Notable ones include Kimetsu. Yeah. Carol and Tuesday.
Kimetsu no Yaiba.
Doctor
Carol and
Stone.
Tuesday.
Fire Force. Yeah. There are quite a lot of good shonen. Yeah, which is what I'm into. So it's been a really good season.
Yeah.
So out of all these shows, which is the favorite one you have for this past season?
I would say Kimetsu. Yeah.
Oh, Kimetsu. Okay. For those who don't know, there's the Kimetsu movie that will be coming out soon. I think.
Yeah, that's coming out.
All looking forward to that.
True. All aboard.
True up. Okay, we can talk about like Kimetsu no Yaiba later. Let's go through more general impressions first.
Yep.
So, right, what do you think about summer?
I think there's generally a lot of good shows. And I think Doctor Stone and Vinland Saga is pretty good. For the long anime, the 24 episodes. Well, Kimetsu is also 24 seasons and it's great too. But for the short one, I like the Astra, the Lost in Space.
Okay.
Astra Lost in Space. Okay.
It has a very good storyline, and the number of plot twists is too much.
Oh, are you generally into this kind of plot twist kind of anime?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
great.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
Greg, go.
As for me, I guess, if I were to compare this with the previous one, which was the spring 2019, I think significantly like summer 2019 more. There seems to be more action-packed stuff. For example, like Doctor Stone, Vinland Saga that was mentioned before. Also, Fire Force is a pretty good one, I think. So there's a lot of new original stuff, whereas for the previous season, we saw a lot of sequels, like let's say One Punch Man or Shingeki no Kyojin. This season, I managed to catch Dr. Stone, Fire Force, Vinland Saga, and for the more light-hearted ones, I watched the Dumbbell show, which was also I think quite popular.
Yeah, Dumbbell.
Oh yeah.
And also the My Daughter is a Demon, something like that. Yeah, that was also very moe slice of life kind of feel.
I think Ned was saying that he wanted to watch that one, right? Like
Yes. Overall, yeah, I like the season quite a lot. It had a lot of good stuff. I didn't watch, unfortunately, didn't watch the one where it was the mother isekai or something like that.
Mother
some few bad isekais in here.
Oh no.
I think Isekai Chin edition. Okasa online.
My goodness, yes, none of that for me.
We're still going like strong on the isekai train.
Yes. Somehow.
I mean, it works lah. Like even like fall shows like Cautious Hero, Konosuba movie, which is coming soon.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's like, you know, the magic high school battle shonen. Like that was the trend a few years ago. Yeah. And now like it's isekai.
Like Asterisk, those kind.
I think the trend start with Overlord.
Oh. Okay.
After that, everyone's
came back to SAO. If you want to,
I think it's SAO. I think it's SAO started the whole fascination with isekai.
Before that, it was like what? Lock Horizon, .hack.
.hack didn't start anything, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But .hack was like earlier than SAO. Yeah. It's SAO that popularized the concept.
Yeah.
Like whether or not you like SAO is the truth.
But SAO a bit of the futuristic, like technology kind.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of related though, in the sense that like there's this huge fascination with VR, right? And like isekai is sort of like an analog to isekai. Wait, isekai is an analog to VR. Oops. Yeah.
Oh dear.
Okay, so
there are some series that just make fun of the tropes so much, like stuff like Konosuba, Cautious Hero.
Yeah. I think it's inevitable when something gets so popular, which is nice. I like Konosuba a lot. I think most people do.
We even have isekais in isekais, like Isekai Quartet last season.
Yes.
Yeah, we talked about that last podcast.
Okay. So for myself, I'm unfortunately really busy, so I didn't manage to watch anything. But Kimetsu no Yaiba, so I don't have much to offer for summer. But I think this is a very good time to start talking about the shows that we watch. So let's just get it out of the way. Let's talk about Kimetsu no Yaiba.
Okay. So is this spoiler territory? I don't know.
Okay. That's a good question. So
should we do non-spoiler stuff first? Like general impressions.
I feel we should do non-spoiler stuff. Yeah, let's do like non-spoiler, and then we can give a warning in. Okay, so I assume that everybody here has seen Kimetsu no Yaiba, right?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Yep.
So general thoughts. Is it the best show of spring/summer 2019 or not?
I will say no. I say it's the best show of 2019.
What?
Oh shit.
Oh dang. This is a bold statement.
I think
Considering
it's pretty good.
It was pretty good.
I think the 4th season haven't.
Yeah, the 4th season is not even over yet. But in my mind, I will not be changed.
Yeah.
We have Mob Psycho this year. We have Kaguya this year. We have Dororo this year.
Oh man, don't interrupt Greg's total concentration. You can only see Kimetsu no Yaiba.
Mizu no Kokyu. No. But yeah, actually, in all honesty, like this is my subjective opinion. I think it's the best of anything I have seen so far.
This year.
Even up till now, where we have started going into the fall season already. Kimetsu no Yaiba, I think, has a very nice balance of pacing. Each character is developed quite nicely. The story progresses very well, and I think they managed to have to maintain a certain amount of mystery with regards to the demons, but also when they reveal certain plot twists or story junctures with regards to each character or each protagonist or antagonist, it's always a very nice revelation, and I think it is very hard to find in many shows these days.
I agree on the especially the character development part. I think Kimetsu no Yaiba knows how to handle it. At least its main cast.
Yeah, at least it's main cast.
Like the fact that I like Zenitsu shows that. Oh
yeah.
Tanjiro.
The fight scenes are especially awesome.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Goodness.
I mean, like the animation studio is probably the best.
Yeah.
Like
Ufotable,
is one of the
Yes.
best in the
I think
industry. Yeah.
the story is a bit generic for shonen. It's basically shonen refined, but what Ufotable brings to the table elevated it to a next level.
Yeah. Episode 19, never forget.
Like the way they
Yes.
use CG
Never.
is, yeah. Other than like Wit and production IG, I don't think any studio can come close to that quality of CG. I can't even tell it's CG.
Madhouse. Maybe Madhouse.
Yeah,
Oh,
maybe.
speaking of the
Shaft.
CG though, like I noticed the CG a lot for like very small scenes where like you just see the characters coming in, like walking in from distance or walking away, which was a bit jarring for me actually.
Okay.
Like-
Okay.
Yeah,
I
like,
didn't
sometimes
notice
when-
that.
like it's not very how to say obvious
Okay.
because they use it for these very small scenes, like especially when there's very little interaction. It's like transition. Yeah, they use it a lot for transitioning scenes.
Okay.
Where it's like you see the characters walking off to somewhere and then like you see them walking in CGI. But then like when it comes back, like when the characters come back into focus, right? So like they are like like back in the main picture or what. I don't know how to like properly define it, but I think you guys get my point.
All right.
Like then it like goes back to traditional animation. And like I don't think it's a huge problem, but it was a bit jarring to see that.
So in your opinion, do you think like this CG was a bit overused in that sense? I guess.
I wouldn't say it's overused, but it's more
Okay.
like I can understand why they did it because like CG is generally cheaper.
All right.
So
and,
it
like,
feels a bit
if
rushed
the-
sometimes.
No, I don't think so. I feel like, or rather, it's possible, but I feel like it's more of they skip the budget on these like less important scenes and use CG, but so they put the budget towards like the action and the fighting, where you don't notice any CG at all in the fighting, right? Like, they don't use CG at all. Yeah, they animate it properly. Well, not properly, they animate it traditionally. And I think that's like probably their rationale, like why they use the CG in those scenes so as to be able to focus more on animating like the key moments in the show, which I don't think is such a bad idea, honestly.
All right. That's great.
From what I understand,
so,
how they animate it from like watching the production of Kara no Kyokai, what they do is essentially they have a 3D model, and for a lot of action scenes, right, they actually just trace over they draw over the 3D model and just use that as a reference. That's how they do all the like crazy panning shots. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, crazy panning shots indeed, man.
I think if you love Kimetsu, the animation of it, right, I think you would like Kara no Kyokai or Garden of Sinners.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I watched Kara no Kyokai up to 5. And, yeah, it's really good.
7.
But of course, I think like what really made like Ufotable famous for their animation is Phase Zero.
Is this the first shonen they're actually tackling? I think so, right?
The what?
Is this their first shonen that they are tackling?
Oh,
For the
Ufotable?
studio?
Yeah.
No. Fate Stay Night is the first one, maybe.
Is that a shonen?
Big thing.
Yeah, Fate Stay Night is classed as a shonen,
Like
technically.
mana replenishment?
Like
Oh,
shonen with optional elements. But yeah, outside of the animation, like, or rather, like, what do you think, Wen Han? Like, what do you think of Kimetsu no Yaiba?
I generally think that it is full of positivity, like the never give up kind of the spirit, yeah, and also about the bond between siblings. Like he never give up on his sisters after she turned into ghost, and he risked his life to protect her. And even the ghosts
That's-
appreciate this bond, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I think Tanjiro
Yeah.
is the most wholesome shonen protagonist
Yeah.
ever.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like, it is not like the scrub kind of brother-sister kind of bond, but rather it's like the true love kind. Like,
Looking at you, SAO.
not the scrub, without scrub animal.
Okay.
Okay. I think we get
Get where you're coming from.
Yeah.
Don't do Nezuko. Please. No lewd.
or emo.
Oh, oh no.
Actually, speaking of like Nezuko, I think I really like how they handle her character as well.
Mhm.
Yeah, I feel like she's like you never how to say like this like the story like, this whole story is about Tanjiro trying to save Nezuko, right?
Yeah, to
Essentially.
bring her back.
But-
Yeah.
to the human.
But it doesn't feel like Nezuko is really like a damsel in distress.
Yeah.
But
she's
Nezuko has
actually
her own
pretty
agency
strong,
as a
right?
character.
Yeah.
And she's actually very, very capable. So I like that part. And how like Tanjiro decides to not decides to give her room to assert herself, you know. That's like really good.
Yeah, I like that progression in him lah.
Especially when
Actually, at first he was quite overbearing, right? Like trying to keep her back like a small
I think-
delicate child.
pushing
I think-
Zenitsu away from her.
I think one of the best part is they both protect one another instead of the like one-sided protection,
Oh yes,
which
yes,
is
yes.
even more
Yeah.
more touching,
Yeah.
I guess.
I think it really paid off in episode 19, if you remember
Oh.
which episode
Yes.
is that?
Yeah.
Yeah, Tanjiro no
Yeah, okay,
Uta.
Oh,
I
that's
think-
the one.
Yeah,
I think the
I
writer
think we
cried
can
or something.
Yeah, I cried.
Oh shit.
I teared up, yeah. The animation was so good. I rewatched the scene like 3 times.
True.
Yeah.
Oh,
The
shit.
hype tears.
Yeah,
I've
it
trained,
paid off.
I've trained.
Yeah.
I think the only fight scene that's comparable is probably Attack on Titans.
Levi versus
The
Beast Titan.
the Beast Titan, yes.
Yes.
Oh dear.
Other
That
than
one-
that, it is probably the best animation I've seen this year. Or maybe even more than this year. Yeah.
Some scenes in Tenki no Ko I think can match up, but there are more still frames than actual movement.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
You could frame it up as a painting, it's a different kind of beauty. I would say.
Oh, speaking of that, have the other people here watched Tenki no Ko?
No, I have not. 'cause
Is it the
Japanese cinemas
movie?
are expensive.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's the movie Weathering with You.
By
I
Makoto
think-
Shinkai, the
I
creator
think the
of Kimi no
budget
Wa.
for a movie is much more higher compared to the
Yes,
compared to
definitely.
TV
definitely.
series.
I mean, it's the
So-
only anime movie that I watched
But
this
honestly,
season.
Yeah.
Comparing like the Heaven's Feel and Kimetsu, I don't think there's a very big quality difference. Although I only watched the first Heaven's Feel movie, which is like
Ah.
Same studio.
Yeah,
So
it's the same studio. That's why.
yeah, so not surprising. Greg, you watch it?
Me? Yeah, I did watch Tenki no Ko. I guess the first thing that comes to mind when people talk about Tenki no Ko is to compare it to Kimi no Nawa, I
Your
guess.
name, yeah.
Yeah, your
Yeah.
name. But
There's
personally,
there's no way to avoid
yeah.
it. Yeah.
I prefer your name more than this. I don't know. I just couldn't get with the characters this time.
Yeah,
I don't
the
feel
same
like
too.
they-
Yeah.
They didn't really develop them enough. They, like for example, the main boy, the main guy. They didn't really provide much motivation for why he like left his little small town kind of thing. It was very sort of just Shanghai together, and I don't know. I just didn't feel a bond with the characters, if that makes any
Oh.
sense.
Mm.
Yeah,
Like you weren't invested in the characters.
yeah. I just wasn't invested in the characters.
What's in Kimi no Nawa? They spend quite a bit of time like developing Mitsuha and what's the male character called?
Taki.
Yes, Taki.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what the whole first half of the show was like. The movie was
Yeah.
about. It's like getting to know them and like I'll say like getting invested in their interactions, which is why like the second half of the movie you're like so man when like the plot twist comes and yeah everything happens.
I love the ending of Tenki no Ko though. It's
Oh, okay.
yeah. You know what I'm talking about.
It,
if you
it
watch
predicted the hurricane in.
My mind was so
Oh
blown.
no!
My
Oh
jaw
no!
just
That-
opened.
That was Shinkai's warning, but nobody listened.
It
Oh,
wasn't
no.
that bad in my area. Like it wasn't so bad. I think Chiba got hit really bad. Chiba
Oh my
Gen-
goodness!
Or Chiba Prefecture. Cause like it's really bad. Cause like Chiba had a typhoon the week before,
Oh,
and then Typhoon Hagibis hit Chiba the worst, and Chiba had an earthquake at the same time.
wow, that is
So it was really bad
that's
for
so
Chiba.
unfortunate. Okay.
Well, I was in like Saitama, and I was like, I'm safe. My friend even said, this typhoon sucks.
This
Oh my
oh my goodness! All right. Okay, at least it wasn't
Yeah,
a meteorite
okay,
or anything. Yeah.
But speaking
Oh,
of meteorites, I think
Oh.
the moments aren't just as impactful as Kimi no Nawa, the major moments.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. I teared up in Kimi no Nawa, but I didn't in Tenki no Ko.
Same.
Yeah.
Did Wen Han watch Tenki no Ko?
No.
Okay.
It's still worth
We're in the
watching.
same
though.
boat.
I would say it's still worth watching just for the animation and the story is pretty interesting. Yeah.
Okay.
But it's not the execution of it is not perfect.
Oh, these more to be desired.
Yeah.
Okay.
How about
Okay,
another fighting type of show of the Vinland Saga?
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
Vinland Saga, man.
Nice.
Yeah,
How do
I
you feel about that
said
one?
I said I
I
wanted to
think
watch it, but yeah.
that is quite dark in general.
It's a seinen
And-
after all, right? It's like
True.
Yeah.
one of the greats along with like Berserk, Kingdom, those.
Oh
type
wow,
of
I didn't know it was that
series.
famous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the manga is really famous.
And generally, although there's a lack of female character in that show, but the storyline still make up for it.
Oh, okay, yes.
I
It was
think
just
the
the sister
only
at the start or something.
the only close to female character is probably the prince.
The prince.
But I don't really like the main character in Vinland Saga. He feels
Oh,
very
he feels like a brat.
shonen.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like a brat.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know why. I like everything else, but the main character, I don't know.
I
It feels
think
like
it
he's the
doesn't
type
make
that-
sense. Like I think he's the reason why his dad had to die, right? But
Yeah.
he's so angry that his dad got killed, and he didn't reflect on himself, which is quite what the.
Like this show
And
is
now,
a seinen,
yeah.
right? But he's like a shonen
It
character.
is a scene. It's a-
Yeah.
He just shouts and
It's
tries
a-
to win.
And I think the Ashalata, right?
Ashalat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I actually like that character more. He's mature, and
He seems like a
Yeah,
very
yeah.
complex character.
yeah, he's a very complex
The
character.
things he do are very morally grey. Yeah.
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 You don't really know what his motivations behind like treating Thorfinn that way is. Whether he's really using him
Yeah.
or does he care about him or not?
Yeah. Like he could have killed Thorfinn very easily, right?
Yeah.
Instead he let him train up, and although the story tried to say that like he's trying to use Thorfinn, but actually I think he could do the job himself too.
So you kind of like a fatherly figure towards Thorfinn, I guess.
Yeah.
But that's
Alright.
like the worst father ever.
The worst. Okay.
Oh shit, this reminds me of it. Like, what other bad anime fathers are there? Or like parents?
Bad anime fathers.
Yeah.
Full Metal Alchemist.
Oh shit.
Oh,
Oh
no,
shit.
the one that
Hunter.
left
Oh
Hunter.
no.
Hunter.
No.
All
Oh,
of
no.
shonen
Oh, Hunter x
basically.
Hunter. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, but
I mean,
on,
they're like, they're not good fathers, but they're not bad people, I guess.
Yeah, they're not really bad. Like they actually meant good for their child.
Yeah, but
What?
they're just like they don't know how to take care of a kid essentially.
Yeah.
But actually, considering that there are so many bad anime fathers, I'm quite surprised that in this season, like the Dr. Stone had quite one of the best fathers I've ever seen.
Oh yes.
Like, oh,
But he's an adoptive father, so does that.
Yeah,
It's
it's
a-
a doctor.
It counts.
oh dear. Okay. But
Why don't we
back
talk
to
about Dr. Stone,
back
yeah.
to Vinland Saga. I guess I have a lot of similar feelings as Wen Han. I didn't like the main character, but I like everybody else, which is quite weird. Usually, a series you're trying to root for the main character.
I think the main character is a bit out of place.
Yeah, it
I
is.
know.
But it's a dark series, as you said, and I like the grittiness, the almost realness, but then it's also quite fantastical because of all the crazy things that the Vikings can do in that series. And I've never really seen any other series that's about Vikings before, so it's a nice new twist for me personally, I guess.
I think speaking of realness, right, it's pretty historically accurate from what I understand of 900 BC, 900 AD, 1000 AD, England and Denmark.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, like Hero Bluetooth, that kind of era.
The huge guys is really made an impression on me. Like when he threw the axe and when he threw the spear, it's really
that was insane.
Like although he doesn't have any special power, but it is almost like a special power.
Yeah, it's this little like almost fantastical kind of feeling that you have.
Like he pierced through 4 person with just a spear throw, which is really stunning.
And they have no horn helmets. Historically accurate.
Yes.
Yeah.
Even Skyrim has it, like on the cover.
Oh no.
Although he's
gotta do good marketing.
Although he's like not like special power when he blow up the whole area, but his strength of throwing the spear like actually stuns me more than the AoE power by the special power like in Naruto.
Oh.
Yeah. Like when they make very fancy move but they never end up hurting anyone. But this guy's strength is just so real and so impactful.
So it's like all style but no substance.
Yeah. But he's like the opposite. Little style but the impact is really impressionable.
I think it fits with I've read the first chapter of Vinland Saga, like way back, but I think like it fits the kind of art style that Vinland Saga has, like this kind of more realistic and gritty sort of feel. Like it would be out of place if you see like total concentration in Vinland Saga. Right?
yes. It's not that kind of that kind of fantasy.
I think like all the water effects are beautiful, but yeah, this doesn't fit into that at all.
The fight scenes.
Okay.
The fight scenes, I think there's only one like major fight scene that is memorable. Do you disagree on that?
Are you talking about the Thorfinn one?
The one on the bridge. Slash the
London Bridge.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That one was great.
Production.
Okay, I'll have to also some props to the I don't know, it was the first few episodes with the Thor's. His fight scene was okay. It gave quite a good impact.
Would you continue watching? Cause this is 2 cours, right? It's only halfway.
Yes, definitely. I'm still watching every week.
It's one of the few shows that I will watch by the time it releases.
Follow it weekly.
Yes.
Recommend this to Gideon who hasn't watched.
Yeah, I want to watch it, but I don't have the time right now. It feels bad.
Yeah. Alright, so
I finished. Yeah. I finished Kimetsu no Yaiba like 3 days
nice.
ago.
Okay. So that was the last one that you watched. Okay. Then what about the next thing that we should be talking about?
Fire Force.
Just now you guys were talking about
I
guess we can go to Fire Force first.
Nice.
I would say it's the unluckiest anime of the season.
Oh, why?
Yes.
Yeah.
The Kyoto animation
thing
happened.
The second time
in
we're
the
gonna have
same
the same
season as Kimetsu. So it got buried. Yeah. I heard the BD sales aren't very good for. Yeah. The animation is really nice.
I really like it though.
Yeah. That's why I say it's unlucky. It deserves recognition, but it doesn't get the recognition that it deserves.
Its fight scene is quite good, but compared to Vinland Saga and Kimetsu, I think it just not that nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But as a
I mean-
standalone thing, it's not that bad. Yeah, I would say. It's just that in comparison to these amazing shows,
Yes.
it just falls flat a bit.
What was the
And,
studio
yeah.
doing Fire Force?
It's Studio
guys
David
remember?
Production.
Oh, David Pro.
Jojo.
Alright.
Yeah.
Oh,
Jojo.
Bizarre Adventure.
Jojo.
Yeah.
Hataraku Saibo.
Oh shit! If you want the best mom, go and watch JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 5.
Best mom, you can just watch the Mom Isekai.
Oh shit!
No, I cannot recommend that because I have not watched
Yikes.
The best
Sorry.
mom. Who? Ned's mom watched it.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
I watched a single
That was
episode of
crazy.
it. I'm like, yikes! I'm not watching this. If I felt dirty watching it.
Okay.
Dude, that's his mom. Yo.
It is
Oh.
okay, but overall, for me, Fire Force is like, let's say, my third favorite from this season, I guess, behind like Doctor Stone and Vinland Saga. It is not a horrible show as we have
Wait,
mentioned
where's
before,
Kimetsu?
but I guess it's this season like summer, whereas
Okay.
Kimetsu I count it as
Yeah.
coming out in the previous
It's a
season.
Started last season.
It's a
Okay.
leftover. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So not counting in Kimetsu, this should be my third favorite, I guess. The characters are very fun, very quirky. But this is just a typical shonen battle kind of show, which anybody can just kick back and enjoy. You don't really need to think much. Although there's this
So,
like mystery kind of story that's going on in the background, which I guess is kind of interesting. But yeah, those are my thoughts.
Anyone get Soul Eater vibes from Fire Force?
Soul Eater vibes? No, I have never watched Soul Eater, so I have no idea.
It's by the same.
I need to go and
Oh,
watch. I need to go
okay.
and watch Fire Force. Because I watched Soul Eater.
Yeah, it's by the same author. The mangaka is
Oh.
the same
Yeah.
guy. But yeah, I heard they had to replace the fire with like blue fire instead of like orange red fire because of the Kyoto animation.
QA,
Oh,
yeah.
wow, I didn't know that.
I think one bonus
Yes.
of Fire Force is it have cute female character compared to Doctor
Oh
Stone
yeah.
and Vinland Saga. Yeah.
I think he wins
Oh,
like
dear.
best female character of the year.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, by default, I guess.
Yes.
I think most of the female character inside are quite cute.
Editor,
Okay.
please put it out on screen. That character.
Yeah,
What's her name called?
the Princess Hibana. I don't know. The little nun girl.
No, the
Yeah.
cat girl is
Yeah, the
clearly
cat
made.
girl. The muscle girl. Oh my goodness.
Tamaki.
Ah,
But the main character, I feel it's very generic. Yeah, you know, a
generic.
little bit generic. Yeah. It's not like Soul Eater where the main character is actually a girl.
I think if Fire Force maybe he put a female character as the main character, it might be appealing. Considering it indeed have very nice female character.
If Tamaki was the main character, I think this show would have like sold millions of BDs.
My goodness. Luckily they
and
didn't
Ari
stoop that
Yuki
low.
is voicing her, so
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Okay, guys. Why don't we clean up a bit on Fire Force? Like any last thoughts? Recommended, not recommended? Yeah.
I would recommend it if you are looking just for like a fun battle shonen to watch. Yeah.
It's not very game changing, but it's good.
If you have the time for it, why not?
Yes.
Okay, that's nice. So why don't we go through one more show that we like before we start talking about shows we don't like?
Doctor
Okay.
Stone, I guess, right?
Even.
I guess we
What's
have
your
to.
I guess. It have a very creative plot.
Have you watched this YouTube channel called Primitive Technology?
No, I have not.
No.
So it's basically this Australian guy goes to the jungle and discovers the Bronze Age.
Oh
from,
wow.
like,
Oh.
the Stone Age, the Bronze Age, and the Iron Age.
So is Doctor Stone in real life?
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
But
Oh,
Doctor Stone
wow.
is primitive technology in anime form.
Okay. I'll go check it out afterwards. Oh, I guess personally, the thing that stands out to me from Doctor Stone, if I were to compare it with like Vinland Saga or Fire Force, I guess this one has the strongest protagonist out of the three. Like, he's the most interesting to me. And also, as I mentioned, like the protagonist and his father, I really like the relationship between them. I never really come across an anime that has such a wholesome dad before.
And
His hairstyle is memorable though.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
like
It's
cabbage,
very
lettuce.
interesting characters.
Yes.
How do you feel about the villain though in Doctor Stone?
I guess the villain. You're talking about that very strong guy that appears
Yeah.
towards the start, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So I like how they have sort of almost the same goals at the start, but then due to very differing ideologies, they start to clash heads. And although thus far into Doctor Stone, he hasn't been shown that much yet. I'm still very interested to see further down the line how the main character of Senku will interact with this villain. Also because it's sort of like a brains versus brawn kind of thing, where the other guy is physically like the peak, while Senku is mentally at number one, I guess. So I want to see how this clash is going to happen.
I know more about Doctor Stone, I guess, about why I like it. It's more of it's pretty unique in the sense that it brings real world science into anime. There's very little, there's very little anime that does that.
I think chemistry seems to be the most useful branch out of the other three branches involved in that.
That's true.
Any
Getting
chem majors here?
food supplies, stuff like that. I
Yeah.
guess they did showcase some physics as well.
Yep.
Some
Not that
bio
much.
medicine. But yeah, I like how they use this little plot device of science, and it actually makes the story very special, very unique.
But I'm not really sure where the anime is at currently because I read the manga, so yeah, I don't really like.
Okay.
I asked about the villain because I didn't really like the villain. I feel he's too cartoonishly evil.
Okay.
Oh.
I think I get what you mean. It seems like he's evil for no like real good reason or something like that.
Yes,
Yeah.
Okay.
it's like Mojo Jojo, that kind of.
Like he had to be evil just for the sake of having a villain
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
He could have very easily just been a friend with Senku or something like that.
Like Senku versus the WoW will be pretty
Yeah, the
interesting.
WoW.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think
Senku
doesn't
versus
really need a villain in these shows.
The villain is it could just be them in this situation where there's no technology. Like that could, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh well.
I guess,
that's one in the story. But yeah, I guess what do you all think about this, about Doctor Stone?
I'll say it's worth watching just for the premise alone. Right, it's
Okay.
a very unique premise.
worth watching for the creativity.
Yeah.
And also tell us how the myopia, how myopia hurts people in the past.
Oh yes, okay.
Yeah.
That's one thing. I like how this things sort of like highlights the things that we take for granted these days. Let's say like the myopia, the spectacles thing that you mentioned, and also I think one of the episodes they were showing us about electricity or light, all these things that we take
Yes.
on a day-to-day basis. Even food, like there was one episode about ramen. Like we can just get food so easily these days. We don't even think about it, and I highlights all these things in life that we just go might be just go unnoticed by us.
Like even
Okay,
iron,
so
all the metals. Yeah, it's very interesting.
so I guess it's a watch from everyone.
Yeah,
Yes.
I will definitely recommend
Definitely.
this.
Okay, I got it, guys. I gotta watch Vinland Saga, Fire Force, and Doctor Stone. I'm sure I'll have the time with like fall season coming as well. Oh my god.
I think I'll prioritize Dr. Stone out of the three.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if you had to watch one, you would recommend
I'll go for
Dr.
Dr. Stone.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll pick Doctor Stone too. Yeah, the interesting. There are shows that do what Inen no Shobutai have done, but Doctor Stone is very unique.
What about you, Greg?
For me, it is actually a very close thing between Vinland Saga and Doctor Stone for me. But I think just because of the better main character, I will just recommend Doctor Stone.
Doctor Stone. Okay.
Well,
So overall, gotta go watch Doctor Stone. Gotta go watch Kimetsu no Yaiba no matter what.
Yes.
And watch Fire Force
Kimetsu
and
is
watch.
AOT right contender. Definitely.
Yeah. All right. So that's for things we like. So more about shows that you didn't like from this season.
I think I didn't like the mother one.
Ukasan
I
online. Okay.
Yes. It is another way to maybe sell the harem style anime, but I think using mother as the selling point is gone a bit too far, I guess. But
How many of you guys
If it's
actually
wrong,
like?
right?
I know.
If it's dirty.
yeah,
Yeah. Like, I know Lucas watched one episode. Wen Han, do you watch any like episodes of?
I actually watched the whole thing.
Oh
I think
my
the show
God.
is not really good, I guess. And the storyline is kind of screw up. Like a lot of the story didn't make sense. It would be maybe if they retried it, maybe it will have some selling point.
Uh,
Yeah,
but
but
as it is, you wouldn't
As it
recommend
is,
it, I guess.
no, definitely not. Definitely.
It's
Yeah.
just pure fan service fuel. Is what you
Yeah.
would say. What do you think, Greg?
For me, I didn't watch the whole thing. I only watched one episode, and I guess from just that one episode, I would agree as well. It's just a pure fan service. I guess if you like the voice actors, you can watch it. I believe the lead, the mother is voiced by I Kayano. I think she's a very
Oh, okay,
popular
yeah.
voice actress, so people can watch for that. But
Yeah.
other than that, I don't think so.
And if you're fans of Arara,
Yes, the
Oh,
so there's
Ara Ara.
Arara from Kimetsu.
From Kimetsu, yeah. If you're a fan of Ara Ara, might as well watch
Oh, yeah.
Kimetsu.
Arara, sayonara.
And you
Oh my
and you won't
goodness.
feel dirty.
For me, I guess the one thing that I can critique on would be the Uchi no Ko, the my daughter is a demon one. I typically don't watch this kind of slice of life that is just based around like little moi moi characters. For this one, I didn't like how they were taking the route of the main little moe girl. Because at first it was just a wholesome relationship between the main guy and this little girl that he adopted, but towards the middle and the end, they were pushing it towards a more like relationship kind of thing, which I don't like it. So that's my main critique for a show this season, I guess.
Okay.
I watched Arif Futera, like the first episode of it.
Ah.
From what I heard, they skipped like an entire volume of the night novel in like 10 minutes. That's why it's receiving like a lot of bad ratings. Yeah. I watched
Yeah,
some
we were talking about Refureta last. Yeah, go on.
Yeah, I watched Isekai's Cheap Magician also, but yeah, I can talk about Arif Futera. What were your thoughts on it like in the last podcast?
I didn't actually watch Refureta because like I wasn't so interested. It's more like there were friends around me who were very interested in it, and generally, like I said in the last podcast, but it seems that this anime adaptation just can't, like the anime adaptation of this series just can't get a break because like it was supposed to be adapted sometime back already, like not, it wasn't supposed to be released this late, but it was so that the original adaptation was so bad that the author said no, I'm not gonna let you release this.
Yikes.
So they had to rework it until like he was satisfied and like it came out in like its current form and it's still bad.
Well, I love it that authors have a say in this though. In most other mediums, if George R. R. Martin had a say in Game of Thrones season 8, we wouldn't have gotten the travesty we have gotten.
Oh, shit.
Any Game of Thrones fans here? I guess not.
I didn't watch it, but I know about the whole hoo-ha over it.
It's bad.
I think like kind of like Berserk. The Berserk manga was awesome, but the anime just wasn't up to standard again.
Animes. Ass.
Anime.
Oh, I can't catch
It's
a
just
break.
not up to the manga standard.
Yeah.
Yeah, that happen. That can happen quite often. Like a bad adaptation. Because some like it's hard to work with because sometimes the studio doesn't have much of a choice because they are very limited by this like 12 episode limit.
But it's White Fox though. They
Like already
like
standard.
ReZero was so good.
Okay,
Slayer
so
was
White Fox did
okay.
this as well.
Yeah, White Fox did
okay, yeah.
Refutera. Yeah.
Verita. I don't know what went wrong, but basically it went wrong.
Yeah, every studio has some bombs, I guess.
There's some bombs, yeah.
Yeah.
Even New Photoball has some bombs. Like God Eater wasn't good.
Got the game one?
Yeah,
It's an anime
God Eater
adaptation
game.
of it.
Yeah, You Photoball made an anime adaptation of it. Like it looked really good, but the actual quality of the show was really bad.
But it might be
Like, let's
the
go play
that
the
source
game,
material.
Maybe. Yeah, so alright. Any other shows you guys want to talk about that you didn't like?
Is there any show that you initially liked but you kind of hate it after finishing the season, like due to the bad ending?
Disappointments, although I didn't watch it, but from what I heard from online and other people, that second season of Danmachi was pretty bad.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah, Danmachi, Dungeon ni Deai wo
Oh,
Teru
yeah.
wa.
Yeah.
Oh, that show. Oh.
Yeah, there's an actual season 2 this season. I have people like most of my friends who loved the first season, they didn't know there was a second season because the second season was so bad.
Yeah, I finished watching it and I find I didn't get anything out of the show. It's a pretty boring season.
GC stuff ruins another second season. What's new?
Wait, did they take season 1 of Danmachi as well? Or was Danmachi season 1 done by a different studio?
Was it? Can't remember.
I'll just do a
Let's take
quick check. Let's see. Okay, on the mail list.
GC stuff also. Interesting.
Okay, so it's done. I felt like Danmachi was honestly like even the first season, it's just really your typical like generic isekai sort of show. I never felt like, except for the memes with the Hestia bootstring and stuff, right? Other than that, I don't feel like Danmachi really stood out anyway. But I feel like if I want to watch Danmachi, I'd rather just watch SAO. I don't.
Yeah,
I don't
there
feel
are
like
better isekais out there these days.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, like ReZero.
Oh yeah. Okay. We're gonna talk about that next, like soon.
Upcoming season.
It's airing. Yeah. So
this season?
Before that, yeah, it's airing this season. I believe.
Oh, is it?
No, it's next season. I don't know. Let me check.
I thought it's 2020. I saw 2020.
Oh, it's 2020.
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe I remember wrongly. But anyway, are there any shows in summer that you guys wanted to watch but didn't manage because no time or just basically no time or whatever?
If
or
I have
you're interested in?
If I have more time, I would have started on the Symphogear series.
Oh, Symphogear.
Yeah.
Yeah, same here. Symphogear is really long. There's like 5 seasons.
Yes. Oh, I thought there was 15. Because I thought that what
Is it?
XV means.
Okay.
No lah.
Oh no,
I
don't
think there's
so.
5.
I don't
but
think, yeah.
This
I think
season
that's like 5
Symphogear is called XV. So I thought there were 15.
No. It's not like Final Fantasy. That is actually like 15 like main entries. Yeah, okay. What about Greg and Wen Han? Are there any shows that you guys wanted to watch but didn't manage to catch?
I think I pretty much watched almost all of those that I want to catch. But is Fairy gone last or summer season? Fairy.
No, Fairy Gone is last season.
Oh yeah, it's
So it's the spring
yeah.
and
The spring season.
Not anime, but Spider-Man is pretty good.
Oh, Into the Spider-Verse. Yeah, I heard
Yeah.
it's good.
Far From Home?
Okay,
Yeah, Far From Home.
Far From Home. Oh, that's another movie.
And
We
Endgame.
can do a separate podcast. We can do a separate podcast for like movie, like live action.
Okay, sure.
Yeah. Because it's more focused on anime, but yeah. Okay, let's move on to concluding thoughts. So what do you think about the season overall? After like going through all the shows that you liked, you didn't like. So like, was summer a good season? Was summer 2019 a good season for you?
I think a bit too good that I end up spending too much time watching anime.
Bye
Yeah.
bye Cap.
Kinemsu,
Yeah.
yeah, but I think it will become a classic for in the future. Definitely. It's like it'll become one of the
I
greats.
think like Kimetsu no Yaiba is kind of like the Attack on Titan of this year. It really feels like that. It's like everybody, like even the non-anime, not people who don't usually watch anime are watching it, or like at least heard of it.
Yes.
And I think the manga
Very
is
similar
reading.
to.
It's ending. Yeah. From
Oh, it's
what
ending?
I've been
Oh.
yeah. As
It's
in,
ending?
it hasn't ended yet, but from what it feels like, right? It's like the last few arcs of it. Yeah.
Ah,
I don't think
that's
there will be
actually-
another 200 chapters.
that's
At
actually
most
kind
100.
of good news, I would feel. Also, like some shonens really just tend to drag on for way past their welcome, and you know it gets like Bleach and stuff like that.
You just get cancelled. It, like Shueisha just asked them to just end it.
Yeah. So, Wen Han, you have any like concluding thoughts?
I think this season is generally good for those who are new to anime because there's generally too many good new show that doesn't require you to like watch from season 1.
Ah, okay, yeah. That's
And also
always nice.
It has many creative new shows like Doctor Stone, as I mentioned, and Vinland Saga, which is also quite unique, although it's a show. But generally, it actually surprises even the veteran anime watcher. Yes.
Oh yeah, Carol Tuesday is really good.
Oh, Karen and Tuesday. Ah,
Yeah.
shit,
Oh,
I
Karen.
watched the first episode.
Is
And
that-
yeah, I want to watch.
Shinichiro Watanabe, like the creator of Cowboy Bebop, Samurai Champloo, Kids on the Slope, like you obviously know that he's a. If you watch his prior shows, right, you know that he's a lover of music, and it really
Yeah.
shines through in Carol and Tuesday.
Okay.
But it's a continuation.
It would
for
be nice
last
if we can
season,
talk
so-
about.
Mm.
We can talk about Karen. Like it would be nice to find some time to talk about Karen.
Mhm.
I think you're the only one who finished it, right?
Half
I
a
watched
season,
one
I guess.
episode only,
Yeah.
Half a season, okay, like half a
Yeah.
season is like substantial enough. But maybe you could talk about it like the next time.
Mm.
It would be nice to have like a follow up on that show. What's like I do think it looks really good.
Maybe for end of the year deliberations for like best insert songs.
Okay, so why don't we move on to like the final portion, which is talking about like what you're interested in watching for the current season, which is fall 2019. So like, what shows are you like looking forward to the most?
I'm anticipating the Legend of Galactic Hero remake.
The movie?
Generally-
that's
No, it's the
that's
TV
already
series.
ongoing, right?
Yeah. Like their season 2.
Season 2.
Yeah.
Okay.
Most remake is quite awesome because you have to be real good to get a remake.
Mm.
Like Hunter x Hunter remake and Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood.
Yeah.
Because the original
Yeah,
was
not
like
cheap to
a
make
OVA, right? And it was pretty low budget.
Yeah.
Having watched like the old one, but
Yeah. The
Yeah.
old one was have a lot of glitch. Although it still have a really high rating on the My Anime list. And I think the new one probably will be even much better.
because the
Like,
old
after
one,
facing on.
the battles are
Yeah.
literally like mini maps on like RTS games, like those kind. It's literally a PowerPoint
Yeah.
presentation of how the battle played out.
Yep. And it is
Legend of
also
Galactic
quite
Heroes.
Yang Wen Li is my man. Yeah.
Other than Legend of the Galactic Heroes, what other shows?
Any fans of Psychopaths here?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Season 2 is horrible. Just saying.
Yeah,
Other than
there's
that, Psychopath is pretty good.
there's season 3. Yeah, this season.
This,
Yeah, season 3 is starting this season. Like I don't think most people expected.
BNHA is coming back. SAO is coming back. There are a lot of
Yeah.
continuations of old shows.
All shows. Even
Yeah.
Shokugeki as well.
Yeah.
I think the SAO, the Alexization season 2,
Alicization.
it is going to be the exciting part, right? Because
Is
in the last season, Asuna wasn't even present, but in this
Ah.
season, she's probably going to make a great impact in the show.
Let's put it out there. I love Yujiro more than Asuna. No homo, but yeah.
I actually haven't watched Alicization, so
Oh,
Mm.
yeah, I'm only up to Mother's Rosario.
Is it worth
So,
watching? It's more
I'm
SAO.
sorry
I
guys,
guess.
can we not discuss this?
Okay.
Yeah.
okay.
Alright, okay.
Babylonia? Anyone?
Yeah.
I don't really play FGO,
Yeah.
but yeah, a lot of people are watching that.
This is right.
Mm.
Yeah. Cause
Yeah.
it's like one of
Mhm.
the better story arcs in the whole. Like I used to play FGO a lot, so
Mhm.
yeah, it's one of the better story arcs in the So I'm not surprised that it's like how to say there's a lot of hype behind it. But I honestly don't know if it will compare, cause like I will compare to like the originals like Fate Stay Night or like even Fate like
Zero.
Fate Zero.
Yeah. Heaven's
Cause
Feel.
yeah, Heaven's Feel. But maybe I should watch it and like give my thoughts on it,
Like,
since like
mhm.
yeah, I have actually played through the story in FGO.
Like I've seen a scene
Yeah, I would
of
be interested.
not Rin like fighting
Not Rin.
people, and it's pretty well animated. Like judging from that one
Okay.
scene, yeah. I have friends who recommend me to watch Beastars also.
Oh.
Yeah, it's looks like a furry show, so
What's the other? There's another show that's about like animal people, right? Like quite recently, maybe last year. Shit, I don't remember. There's a lot of violence in.
Zootopia. No,
No. It's okay. If I recall it, maybe I'll talk about it next.
I think Vista doesn't look very appealing in the first sight, but I heard from commentary it is actually a very good show so far. And I watched like 2 or 3 episodes of it, and I would agree that it is quite an interesting show and definitely quite underrated.
what's it about?
Uh,
Like Beastars.
It's like a school setting. The anime, like the animal go to a school, and how different animal like coexist within a school environment.
So it's like Zootopia. Have you watched that Pixar movie, Disney
The
movie?
movie, right?
No.
Okay. It sounds like
Yeah, I know.
that
But
to
yeah,
me.
I know what Zootopia is.
But I think Vista
Oh,
is probably likely to be one of the underrated show this season.
Okay.
Oh right, there's an Azure Lane anime.
Oh,
Two gacha games anime in a
Yeah.
single.
I think there were a lot of gacha games adaptations last season as well. Actually,
And there's GBF season 2 this season also.
JBF season 2, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Radiant is getting a second season. I watched like
I
3 episodes.
dropped I watched season 1 of GBF of Grand Blue Fantasy. I dropped it.
Does
Honestly,
it
not
follow
very
the game, or
Yeah.
is it an anime
It
story?
follows the game story, but the problem, like the game story is not like too bad, but the problem that it gets decent around chapter 40-ish, which is like really far. Like if you consider adaptation, like you probably need to hit at least a season 2 to get there. So yeah, maybe season 2 is better because like it hits the better parts, but I would say that GBF is a very hard one to pick up. because the front is like not really good at all.
Mm.
It's very generic and very like boring, honestly.
But
Like,
GBF,
I was bored while watching it.
I think you good make a good anime because most people just skip the dialogue, so but they want to know what's going on. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I want to give a shout out to Shincho Yusha, which is on
Shincho Yusha.
It's mind blowing that we get anime on YouTube like legally for free. Yeah, like on News Asia's channel. Yeah, we can watch in Singapore. We can actually watch Shincho Yusha or Cautious Hero for the price of absolutely free, which is amazing. And it's if you like Konosuba, I think you will like Shincho Yusha. It has the same vibes. It's making fun of the parody. It's parodying the isekai trope.
Of the tropes, I think like on that point of streaming, it's hard to find good legal streams that are affordable. Like not even say free, like affordable in Singapore.
Yeah.
Like Crunchyroll isn't very good because there's a lot of like licensing problems. Like they're not licensed.
Most shows are
for
not
region,
here.
so
I subscribed to
so
Crunchyroll
you
before.
pay, but then you can't.
Yeah, you have to install like a plugin to VPN into America
and VPN.
watch,
And that's like, man, that's too much. I'm paying for a service already, so like why do I have to go like bend over backwards to be able to use it properly?
Yeah, there's another one which is Animax, I think, which is like cable TV, and that's the problem. It's cable TV. Who has cable like these days?
Yeah, my parents.
Yeah, so what I think that News Asia is doing is really cool to put it on YouTube. And,
yeah, I would agree with that. Although of course, like, you know, it would be nice if there was a good accessible way to pay to watch anime that's affordable. Or ultimately you do, I feel like, especially for shows that you like, you wanna give back, you know, like pay pay for what you get. Yeah.
Like hearing about the conditions that some of these animators work in, their working hours, their crunch.
Oh yeah, it's terrible. Industry sounds terrible.
Yeah, like I bought the Kimi no Na wa BD just to support. I think that's why a lot of studios are transitioning into movies for like a second season, like Kimetsu.
Okay.
Or even Psycho Pass has a movie. Heaven's Feel is a movie.
Yeah.
They just straight up
it
make
makes
more
sense
money.
because like BD volumes like for animes, it's like they sell them by like 2 to 3 episodes, which is crazy. When you think about it, like you need to pay $50 for like legally own 2 or 3 episodes out of 12 episodes. So you need to spend like $200 to own one 12 episode series out of like all the hundreds of series that you want to watch.
Like, I was looking up the prices of like the Evangelion remastered box set of the Blu-ray. It's like a few $100. Yeah, it's like $300-400, which is crazy. Like who the hell will pay for $400 for an anime?
Okay, why don't we start wrapping up? So, what's like the show what's the shows? What show are you looking forward to the most out of like the whole fall lineup? If you were to pick one.
Pick one.
Yeah,
maybe
pick one.
Hero Academia, because I think it is the successor to the Naruto show or Bleach show.
I want to start on Chihaya Furu series.
Yeah.
I
am surprised it's a season 3 because it's quite old. It's quite old already. Like season 2 and season 1 were way back, like years back.
I think it's been a trend recently to get season 3 of anime that like we will never get. Like the only one that I can think of that we haven't get is like Spice and Wolf.
Right.
Please give me Spice and Wolf.
Spice and Wolf. Okay, but like if you were to pick one, which one would you pick?
Yeah, I'll pick up Chihaya Furu.
Chihaya Furu.
But I have to start from season 1 because I haven't. Yeah.
It's pretty long. I think it's like 50 episodes between season 1. Good luck.
It's like 100 episodes in total.
Yeah. For me, I guess I would say the same. Like if there's something I'm definitely gonna watch, it's Hero Academia. Like it's just really like Hero Academia is just very, very well done. It's like I'll say a shonen that's done to maybe not like complete perfection, but it's like as good as it gets. If you want a shonen, you should watch Boku no Hero Academia, in my opinion.
And the main character doesn't get over. You just feel like, you
Cause
just
he's
feel
at
his
school,
growth.
right? Yeah. He's still like
Yeah.
a student. He only got his powers recently.
He's not even the
Yeah.
strongest in his school yet, right?
In the manga, is there a lot of content to cover, or are they like catching up already?
I don't read the manga, so
Okay. Cause they're in the 4th season. Like, there's a lot of episodes that
yeah.
they've done.
It's okay actually, cause like if you think about it and you compare to like the older long running shonens, there's like hundreds of episodes, or like Naruto, Bleach.
Yeah, then they have the fillers.
Yeah.
With that, I guess we can wrap up. Any other like final thoughts you guys wanna put out there?
Can we just
About
agree that
anything
Gurenge is the best OP of the season?
I didn't listen to it. Which OP is that?
The
Which-
Kimetsu one.
Oh, that's the Kimetsu no. Oh, I only knew
Oh.
that Lisa sang it, but I didn't know that.
Yes.
What the name of the OP?
I think let's just give it
Yes,
the
pretty good.
OP of the season.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
I'm good with that.
Yeah.
Wen Han, do you have any final thoughts?
I think not much. No.
How about you,
So
Gideon?
like that's
Any thoughts?
I regret not being able to watch this season. It feels bad.
Like looking at
Honestly.
fall anime,
Because
I
there's
think
so many things. Yeah.
I think fall
Yeah.
doesn't really live up to summer.
Yes.
I guess like it depends because I feel like fall is more of a sequels season. Like spring had a lot of sequels, and so there's fall. So like, I think it's more. I wouldn't say it's more like, catered towards per se, but it's more like I feel that people who. Sorry. People who are already invested in the shows that are gonna air a new season, they'll enjoy the season more. It's kind of what I predict.
I think the
Yeah,
24
Yeah.
the 24th episode anime in this summer are all basically all good, or like really good. There isn't any like disappointment in the 24 episode animes so far.
So far. I mean, some
Yeah.
of them are still halfway only, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Villain is halfway going through which other one?
Doctor Stone also.
Yeah. Fire Force.
Yeah.
Oh, I hope we get a Konosuba movie here though. I really want to watch that.
I guess we bring it in this podcast. So thanks for
Okay.
listening, guys. And thanks for coming on, Lucas, Wen Han, and Greg, who's unfortunately had to leave early. And we look forward to seeing you for the next one. Okay, thanks, guys.
Bye bye.
Okay,
Bye.
so